Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So I am recording this one a little bit ahead of time, and I do apologize if I do sound a little bit different. I am currently traveling, so I do apologize for that. But overall, we have been on, for the most part, on a little bit of an uptrend going back as far as like the 30th. Now, of course, like you could call this what you will. It's like a half a penny, if you will. Yeah, I mean, like in regards to XDC, there's been a ton of controversy. There's been a ton of, talks around if XDC is going to be utilized for anything, the proper use case around it. And I just want to clear the air in this video and really kind of assume the idea on like, listen, a large amount of these people that are saying like XDC is not going to be utilized or XDC is this, DC is that. A large amount of these, individuals, and in regards to like percentages, I would say it's like probably about like 80% of them that are saying this, right? Are just not exposed to proper research on XDC as an asset. And there's a ton of white papers out there. There's a ton of information on it. There's a ton of, things to really kind of look at and, really kind of get a clear eye view on what XDC actually is going to be utilized for. And I've actually addressed this on this channel multiple times. But, today we're going to really kind of uncover it. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, let's talk about Yoda Plus. Now, Yoda Plus is actually interesting. So if we go over to the Xinfin.org website, first and foremost, there's a ton of things in regards to this website. If you guys do want to learn more about like use cases within the Xinfin ecosystem. But Yoda Plus is actually labeled here twice, and it's actually interesting, right? Because when we come over here, we do see, now this is on their network Apothem, if you will. You can connect your wallet, and we do see, USXD, XDC collateralized, stablecoin, open a vault, deposit collaterals, and borrow USXD, connect a wallet to start. And we, of course, do see like the stable fee down here and all that kind of stuff. But this is, utilizing XDC as collateral to basically borrow USXD, which is going to be a stablecoin, which I do find pretty interesting. And of course, you guys do see like, the liquidity and stuff down there, if you will. But we do see over here now, this is the multi-sig wallet, and then we do see trade tokenization. Yes, that's right, trade tokenization. So first off, in regards to this, a convenient way to manage all your crypto funds in one place. Y Plus Vaults is, one of the most secure wallets that can be trusted for all the new age digital transactions. The system is built as a decentralized application that doesn't require the need of any intermediary. Y Plus Vault is best suited for, individuals or organizations that would need to be safer transactions at their ends. It has been built upon the Xinfin blockchain platform, which is operational for XDC network across the globe. And then we do see asset tokenization is the process of transforming the value of a physical asset into a digital asset backed token. Now, to me, when we really kind of look at this, so I could actually open this real quick. So first and foremost, here is their asset tokenization platform, and then we also do see like the borrower platform. I don't like when we really kind of look at this, like I don't see, a world where XDC basically isn't going to be utilized and hodled as collateral for a large amount of use cases. But asset tokenization is also a very crucial area to focus on, especially around trade finance. I actually do like, let me actually see if I could open this image here. I actually really do like the way that they are breaking this down. So we do see up here XinPay. We do see for example, like the XDC balance up here. You can create a new token, for example. We do see trade finance, KYC, AML, address whitelisting, allotment, redemption, notification, settlement rules, stablecoin transactions, and cash transactions. And of course, down here you also do see like everything in regards to like enterprise app integration, token roles, document management, access control. Like this is what you want to see. This is digitizing and tokenizing the entire trade finance world. And I do think that when we really kind of look at where XDC plays a pivotal role here, I believe that it is going to be a liquidity source, and it is going to basically be the fuel behind all of this. In fact, we don't really need to speculate on it too much because TradeFinex actually basically sums this up. This is in their XDC liquidity section, and it's saying, XDC liquidity. Explore XDC as a protocol for instant global settlement and counterparty risk mitigation for trade finance. And we do see XDC network, XDC. We're seeing the price for it, rank, market cap, volume. XDC liquidity for trade finance. XDC protocol is a common standard digitization protocol for trade finance securitization. Features, of course, it breaks down the entire thing here. And they are also mentioning the tokenized assets can be settled with, digital fiat cash of choice issued on Xinfin network or digital asset of the Xinfin network XDC nodes on cloud or even a personal or company computer. Now, again, when we look at this and we really kind of look at like some of the whitelisted by regulators for trade finance digitization, tokenization, and settlement, we're actually seeing ADGM, Qatar, Japan, Singapore, and Hong Kong, which all four of those are in progress. They're basically leaking the plan that they're going after. They are going after these four down here. They will basically achieve them as well, in my opinion. But also, we do see like them breaking down like XDC protocol allows you to hold securitized trade finance assets or negotiable instruments in a fully tokenized digital form in your custody. They can be transferred between financial institutions on a peer-to-peer network without any risk of a collateral or a centralized failure. Again, like when we look at XDC for liquidity, it's very, very interesting. And I like the idea that they are also mentioning like Ripple and XRP for an example here. They're saying Ripple has successfully showcased the use case of digital asset on its decentralized network XRP. Remittance companies can use the liquidity of XRP across corridors to process faster retail payments, etc. And we do see XDC digital asset on Xinfin network stands for Xinfin digital contract. We do see currently traded across 18 global markets, has demonstrated the ability to be a liquid asset, against multiple fiat currencies across different jurisdictions. Liquidity against fiat currencies enables instant settlement and mitigates counterparty risk. XDC was the second most liquid digital asset against Indonesian FX markets for IDR. XDC was the most liquid asset on iDecentralized exchange, if you will. A decentralized exchange connected to Coinbase, US-based regulated digital asset exchange. And then we do see it is building its liquidity against USD, GBP, JPY, and AED, which is all the areas that they are definitely focused on up here. And we do see this will enable buyers, suppliers, or financiers, in instant mitigation of counterparty risk by settling directly in XDC or any fiat currency through XDC. This is becoming the liquidity token for trade finance. This is why I've said those stablecoins that are coming out around trade finance within the Xinfin ecosystem do not matter. They are going to source and derive value through XDC as the liquidity fuel for the entire process. This is why this is a very large area to focus on. Again, that's why I've said, like, even going back to like the Impel service, right? Shout out to Crypto Area for this, but we do see Impel official can deliver instant settlement with XDC through ISO 222 financing or financial messaging, the bridge to R3 Corda platform to future-facing banks and fintechs is also extremely interesting. You might see a live demo of an ISO 222 transfer on the AMA. Again, like, yes, there's so much use case value behind XDC. I've proven it time and time again by just scrolling through, the utility area on their website. And of course, you do see like Impel there as well. But there's so much more here as well in regards to like really kind of focusing on like even trade finance. For an example, like here's TradeFinex, which is of course the one that is mentioning XDC's liquidity. You could see it is a P2P, trade finance platform to create trade instruments of value between buyers and sellers in trade finance market. It is an open protocol for banks, institutions, and users. A consortium-led governance makes it truly decentralized. And again, like when we really kind of look at what they are focusing on, their main focus is digitizing their assets and Internet of Things integration. And of course, this is through an open API platform that is compatible with legacy systems in ISO 2022. It has to be, compatible with legacy systems, because what they are focused on is basically everything around trade finance, especially even in regards to like digitizing, tokenizing, and settling, massive amounts of volume. And we're basically there, right? I shared with you guys, I want to say that I shared with you guys this article a very long time ago. It was from the BIS talking about digitizing trade finance. They are coming, basically to, assumption that, like, listen, at the end of the day, when we look at, for example, COVID, right? It really kind of streamlined a large amount of processes behind, these digital assets and digital, solutions. For an example, digitizing trade finance has been a topic that I've talked about multiple times in regards to XDC. And we're seeing here, it seeks to address the significant gap in global trade financing by working with the public and private sectors to identify and develop technologies and associated technology standards that facilitate connections between digital islands, trade finance inclusion for small and medium-sized enterprises, and trade tech for emerging market economies. Again, this is basically that bridge. The funny thing is that there's a very, very, very large amount of banks, financial institutions, etc., already connected to R3 Corda. And we already have a bridge being built through Impel Official, and it's basically already built. Now, of course, I do believe that XDC could work similar to XRP for trade finance customers. And you guys are probably all aware of the gist, aka, XRP being the bridge currency for all of the money. I do believe that XDC could basically be that bridge currency for all, trade finance, customers and clients. And I think that this is where the true value of XDC will be derived. And of course, trust me, like when we look at, even liquidity as a major use case around trade finance, like here's an article going back as far as like May 13th of 2021, going all the way back a year ago. Trade finance, it's all about liquidity. And we do see down here, injecting liquidity into your balance sheet, ways to, help enhance working capital, reduce risk, and improve key metrics. And of course, they are talking about COVID-19, similar to like the other article. Like they're coming to an assumption around a large amount of these digital assets and digital use cases. Now, listen, these are extremely fundamental to not only, revolutionizing the current system that we are, working on, but also allowing a lot more value to be unlocked. Like for example, in uncertain times, companies rethink product offerings, realign supply chains, revisit sales strategies, reassess work environments, and ensure that sufficient cash flow is available to meet their short and medium term, needs. I do think that liquidity is like such a huge, undervalued and overlooked use case within crypto. I shared with you guys this around, like for example, even XRP. I just think that there's so many individuals actually overlooking liquidity as not only like on-demand liquidity as like a source, but also like just kind of disrupting that area as well. Now, to me, like I said, I think that a lot of people will, blow things out of proportion. And I think that that's exactly what happened with XDC or Xinfin. You guys know me for the longest time. I have been talking to you guys about XDC being the trade finance token. And yes, I do believe that it still is. Nothing has changed in my mind. In fact, I think that we've actually seen even more bullish news around XDC now in regards to being like the liquidity source for trade finance. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.